Hello everybody and welcome to Circuit of the Americas. It's time for the season finale of Formula Horizons. It's time for the US Grand Prix. It was going to be in upstate New York, but we've changed it to Austin because of certain settings in a mod that we have installed for working DRS and pit stops. As you can tell, there's a lot of hype around this race. It's been delayed by a few days because of the World Cup final and because of my soccer that I've had recently. So, sorry about the delays on this video, but here we go onto the track map. As you can tell, we are running the full layout, 5.513 kilometers, 3.42 miles, 3 sectors, 2 DRS zones, top speeds of about 340 kilometers an hour, 2 DRS zones. As you can tell, 20 corners. It's a very twisty track, at times a very technical sections. Here we have turns 1 and 2, Raikkonen and Alonso, two of the oldest drivers on that grid. One of them in this season today, Formula Horizons, going wheel to wheel through turns 1 and 2. And then down towards turn 12, we have Bottas versus Tsunoda versus Stroll, all going wheel to wheel at the first race at Circuit of the Americas in 2 years, back in 2021. And then here we go, 2021, turns 16 through 18, we have Vettel going wheel to wheel with George Russell all the way through. It's almost completely flat once you actually get going through the corners in at least the 2013 cars that were running in this race. The 3 tire compounds we're only going to see, it's the super soft, soft, and medium tires. Super soft being the red fastest tire, softs being the yellow, and then mediums being the hard tires. Even though it says soft, medium, hard, we don't care. Anyways, on to the starting grid now for the race. Nürburgring starts on pole position with Fernando Alonso alongside MP2 for Ferrari. Championship leader John Biku in P4 alongside Isaac Spacedolf in P3, the title decider here in the United States. Landon Canoka starts P5 for Lotus alongside Easton Bound in 6th for Mercedes. Jenson Button starts 7th alongside Emerald Diggy in 8th, his last race before he goes to Honda next season. Luis I Don't Know starts 9th alongside Luna D. Darling, intends double Q3 for both McLaren and Lotus in this race. Both Force Indias just barely not making it into the top 10, Dab Cool and Sebastian Vettel 11th and 12th respectively. Pierre Gasly starts 13th alongside Monbicool in 14th for Haas. Great qualifying there. Kaito 132 starts 15th alongside Nate Kuzunat in 16th for Williams and Haas. William Epical starts 17th, final race for BMW Sauber before they become just Sauber next season alongside Zuko in 18th. Alan the Alien starts 19th, and it's back to business as usual as Nicholas Latifi starts dead last on the grid. A lot of smoke on the grid. 5 lights are on. Allegedly. And it's lights out and away we go. Nürburgring gets away well. So is Fernando Alonso. Jumping cool. Pretty good start behind him, already jumping ahead of Isaac Spacedolf in P3 into the first turn. There's a little bit of a collision there, it looked like, between the two, P3 and P4. As Jumping Cool runs off the track a little bit, and he's already battling with the top 2, goes off the track slightly there. And he's gotten into the lead before the S's here at Coda. As they all go piling through. It's a 1-2 for Ferrari. Both continue to stay where they started. It's almost even among the top 10, staying in relatively similar positions. As this has not been a good start for Nürburgring. He needs to win this race. He needs to finish outside of the top 5 in order to guarantee him the title here at Circuit of the Americas. Zuko getting almost forced off the track by Kaito 132. As here we have Nürburgring going wheel to wheel with Fernando Alonso down into turn, 12 maybe? I don't remember. He does get ahead on the braking. As they all go piling through the corners, Ballard gets hit. And there's a big collision back there. I don't know who all was involved. Seems like everybody at the back of the field was involved in that collision. As Luis I Don't Know goes flipping potentially out of the race, as in, I know he's not actually out of the race, if we have said it, as he gets reset to the pit, and will be a lap down, but Zuko and Failing Epical both out of the Grand Prix on lap 1. So, huge accident there, down through the actually tight, twisty section of the track. As John Cool leads us across the line onto lap 2, Nürburgring P2, Fernando Alonso P3, Snell P4, and Isaac Spacedolf down in P5. As John Cool just trying to stay ahead of Neo Hungry. He knows what he needs to do in this race. And it looked like there was a spin at the back. At turn 1, was it Lunity Darling? And yes, it was Lunity Darling, and there's a couple cars gone off there. It was Lunity Darling, Zuckerboy we already saw, Dad Be Cool, and Pierre Gasly, all three out at turn 1. Is Alan the Alien out as well? I don't think so. I think he's kept his car on and going. It looks like the Hasselblad Kuhnot got spun around as well, but he's got back going. As Easton Bound has gotten ahead of Fernando Alonso. Down towards the, I guess you can call it a hairpin. And onto the DRS straight. As we ride alongside with Jenson Button down to P7, trying to close up to Emerald D in P6. He's got Landon Canoka right behind him as well, 2 tenths away. Nothing happening there. Oh yes, something has happened. Landon Canoka sends Jenson Button flipping out in the final race for Vodafone in that McLaren team. Vodafone McLaren partnership going away for next season. It's a huge accident on the second lap of the race. Come on, guys, just keep it cool. We don't need. There's already 6 cars out of the Grand Prix in 2 laps. As John McCool is going to lead across the line onto lap 3 as well. And they're getting close to lapping loose. I don't know. He's almost a minute and a half behind the rest of the grid. As there's yellow flags briefly out in sector 1, as Neo Hungry goes down the inside of John McCool into turn 1. And John McCool, loses it! And John McCool into the wall. He has suspension damage, he's got damage to his side pod and a little bit to his front wing. But he's managed to keep the car going. And he's dropped all the way down to P3 now. And that was a hefty hit into the outside wall there for the championship leader. This race will actually have some pit stops in it and actual DRS rules. So you can't just activate DRS whenever you feel like. As John McCool trying to get down the inside of Easton Bound thinks about it and decides to not go for the move. And does run wide at the hairpin. That could give Fernando Alonso a great run on him down the straight. And I'm not sure how well the actual DRS is going to show up in the replay here. But in-game it worked brilliantly. As now for the first time since lap 1, Neo Hungry leads the Grand Prix. Through the tight, twisty, technical section here we go. And it was at one point a 1-2 Ferrari, it's now a 1-2 for Mercedes. The 2 leading constructors in the championship. This race, not only the title side, as John McCool runs wide, not only the driver's title side, but the constructors as well. As John McCool almost loses it on the exit of the penultimate corner, and is going to come into the pits and is going to try the undercut on, well, all 13 other cars out on track now. And he's the first one to do his manual pit stop. As he puts on the soft tires, not something you would expect to see, but there is still 9 laps left to go as he's dropping down the order. Is he going to come out? Where is John McCool going to come out back into this race? Looks like P11 is where he's going to come out. So, and the Williams and the Haas going, having a bit of an incident down at turn 1. Yellow flag briefly coming out. As Neo Hungry is getting on the back of that McLaren of Luis, I don't know, and trying to lap him. As it's a secure 1-2 for Mercedes as it stands. As John McCool gets ahead of Nicholas Latifi further down the field. The championship leader versus the driver at the bottom of the championship, I believe. Of course, different strategies there, and vastly different cars. As John McCool potentially look for an overtake on Mongolia as well, but you can see the Mercedes boys just unsuccessfully getting past the McLaren. I really wish there's something to fix the lap cars not getting out of the way. So if anybody has a mod that they would like to put in the description, not in the description, sorry, in the comments of this video to help fix the lap car issues, as Mon McCool has an incident down in the 3rd sector as John McCool gets out. John McCool runs deep as well. They might have not fixed his front wing during his pit stop. and he might still be dealing with some damage to the left side of his car. 1-2 for Mercedes. Fernando Alonso splitting Mercedes and the Red Bulls. And right alongside Emerald Diggy down the main straight. DRS active, Kerr is active. As Neo Hungry fighting east and bound for the lead of the race. That's not very teammate-like, especially when it comes to a championship fight. And one of the Red Bulls is running wide as well. Emerald Diggy is kind of 1 through 2. It looks like it's out of the Grand Prix. And Nick Latifi has moved up a position. And is now right on the back of Motley Cool. I think Kaido 1 through 2 is out somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere Kaido 1 through 2 is out of the Grand Prix. And Isaac Spacedolf dropping out of field. Isaac Spacedolf had an issue. Yes, he has. I think that is a stranded Red Bull on the side of the track of Isaac Spacedolf. And now John McCool's moved up into P7, gotten past some of the slower traffic, and of course a few unfortunate DNFs in this race. Already there's, what, 13 down to 20. 8 DNFs in this race so far. Neo Hungry still leads as the Mercedes reads about going wheel to wheel with the lap car, which I guess is helpful for Neo Hungry as he was battling with his teammate. He'd much rather be in this situation, having his teammate battle with a back marker. I'm saying back marker, it is a McLaren. The lapped car. As Fernando Alonso is coming into the pits for his pit stop, so Ferrari looking to do an undercut for both drivers, as I believe, was it Emerald Diggy coming into the pits as well as Fernando Alonso? As that's not Emerald Diggy, that is either Spacedolf ahead of him. And you can see all of the DNFs are in the pits now. Landon Canoka has moved up into P3. Sebastian Vettel's up in P4 now because of the pit stops. Is John B. Cool going to come out? Or is Fernando Alonso going to be behind John B. Cool? Is the undercut has worked in John B. Cool's favor. Very much so. Now, look at this battle for a podium. A driver you started, what was it, P12, I believe, Sebastian Vettel. Could be on track for a podium if he can get past Landon Canoka and build a gap for a pit stop. As two Mercedes leading by 15 seconds ahead of the rest of the field now. Because everybody most likely starts some sort of pit stop, or two maybe, if they can't run these tires to the end of the race. John B. Cool is almost guaranteed to run his tires to the end of the race because he switched to a harder compounded tire. He clearly hasn't gotten a lot of warm-up done as he runs slightly wide there. Sebastian Vettel could be closing in on an overtake on Landon Canoka. Is he going to dive down the inside? No, he's not. But Landon Canoka does run wide and gives that position up to Sebastian Vettel. Now there's a slow-moving Landon Canoka Lotus on track. John McCool close up very nicely, but runs wide, showing a lot of issues in that corner thanks to the damage he picked up on lap 3. Fernando Alonso's on P6 now. As Easton Bound has come in for his pit stop from P2, so that's going to give Sebastian Vettel P2 and Landon Canoka P3. Landon Canoka P3, unless he pits as well, and I believe maybe Sebastian Vettel is coming to the pits as well, has he? Yes, Sebastian Vettel, so second, third, and fourth all coming into the pits, along with inside on the lap car. And John B. Cool is going to come out ahead of all of them. So the undercut has worked amazingly for the Ferrari team. They nailed that strategy. It was probably a strategy of desperation after the lap 3 incidents he had. But a lot of drivers coming into the pits now for their pit stops. Because of course, that's what else would you do in the pits other than retire the car. They're all going to be coming out of the pits now. Easton Bound is down in P3. And Sebastian Vettel, it was a fun battle for the podium while it lasted, but I'm not going to finish that close to the podium now. As Fernando Alonso trying to close up on the Mercedes, who could be potentially getting held up by Luis, I don't know. The lapped car, or I believe he's a lap down of the McLaren. Easternbound gotten ahead? Yeah, Easternbound has gotten ahead of the McLaren. As Neo Hungry's coming in for his stop. 18 seconds is not going to be a big enough gap. You could assume for him to come out back in the leader race. I think John McCool's going to have him. And the undercut has already worked on at least 2 cars. Got out ahead of his teammate, ahead of Easternbound. So the undercut's already worked once. Is it going to work? Neo Hungry hasn't even gotten to his pit box yet, I don't believe. Or no, Neo Hungry is coming out of the pits now. But John McCool doesn't have pit limiter on right now. He's going to come out in the lead of the race. The undercut has worked for Ferrari. He might even get undercut by his teammate. Yes! Neo Hungry has been undercut by Easternbound. As Fernando Alonso runs slightly wide, a bit of a lockup into turn 1. And right alongside the Mercedes of Neo Hungry. If this was real life, then you would say they'd be doing team orders. As Fernando Alonso getting a bit loose on the curve there. But as I was saying, there'd be team orders for the Mercedes to swap positions and let Neo Hungry just try to get after John McCool. But this isn't real life. As we go right along with the race leader. Down. You can see the hairpin running wide once again. Ooh. Nearly slides. Doesn't have a lot of traction on the exit of that corner. And losing a little bit of time to Easternbound, you could say. As they're all going down into the hairpin. None of them close enough to make an overtake on each other. Down towards, I keep wanting to say hairpin. It's not a hairpin, it's just a tight corner. As John McCool leads from the 2 Mercedes and then his teammates. And Emerald Diggy's in P5 for Red Bull. As Easternbound almost was right on top of John McCool to look for the lead of the race. John McCool clipping the curb just a little bit. And he's going to lead another lap of this brilliant Grand Prix. So far, 8 retirements for this Grand Prix so far. As Easternbound with DRS is going to go down the inside. John McCool breaks a little bit earlier. Easternbound outbrakes himself, and John McCool is just going to switch back right down the inside and retake the lead of the race. A brilliant move there. Somebody who definitely knows this track almost like the back of their hand, you could say. And Easternbound now being put under pressure by Neo Hungry. And I wish I had refilled up my water before starting this recording. Because I am out of water. Now, the Mercedes still have not swapped positions yet in terms of one overtaking the other. But you never know what could happen with DRS down the straight. I don't know if John McCool pulled out a gap on Easternbound. But down the straight, they plunge. And is Neo Hungry going to try it down the inside? Ooh, he's going to look for a move. There was a potential move, but Easternbound looks like ran just a little bit wide. And now, Easternbound clips the curve, went too wide on the last corner, went too deep into the next corner, and Easternbound, is out of the Grand Prix. Now Neo Hungry can really get up on his championship rival, but he knows something catastrophic needs to happen to that Ferrari if he wants to win this title now. As we're on lap 9 of 12, soon to be lap 10 of 12 with 3 laps to go. Neo Hungry needs John McCool to make some sort of unscheduled pit stop or to hit a wall in order to win this championship now. As Neo Hungry way outbreaks even himself down in his turn 1, and John McCool just clips the curve on the inside and retakes the lead of the race. And that's 2 laps in a row he's done that to 2 separate Mercedes cars. And no, the car that looks like it's in P3 is not in P3, it's actually the pit office. Fernando Alonso had an issue down in turn 1, and now that's pretty much one of every different team out of the race. It's except Toro Rosso has both cars out, and Haas has no cars out. That's we don't know what happened to Fernando Alonso down in turn 1. Something happened. Unfortunately, camera director not doing a very good job of showing us. As now Emerald Diggy moved up into P3, And look at that, Mombi Cool up in P6 now, as it stands. This could be a very interesting, final grid, one could say. As now Neo Hungry closing in on the overtake for the lead of the race. Of course, for him, the lead of the race doesn't necessarily matter at this point. He's jumping cool to make the mistake of jumping cool, driven brilliantly. I'm talking in the third person, it's me. I've driven brilliantly all Grand Prix Ferrari with a successful strategy undercutting the entire field. Now all Jumping Cool needs to do is keep this car on track and out of the barriers, which we've seen before he hasn't done, even with fresh tires. So towards the end of the race, he's been on those tires since lap 3, so 7 laps now. Since lap 4, I should say. As half the grid has crashed out, or had some sort of mechanical issue, but it's been crashed, so let's be completely honest. As Jumping Cool can kind of pull away in Sector 1 through the S's. And then Neo Hungry can just catch right back up through the, just on pure pace alone through the rest of the field, or through the rest of the track, I mean. Nick Cousinot in P8, trying to get ahead of Nicholas Latifi for P7. Latifi's final race for Williams. He's getting the boot for next season. Nick Cousinot will be replacing him at Williams next season. So fun facts all around. As Neo Hungry can look for a move around the outside, and he's not going to go for it. Jumping Cool places his car brilliantly down into that turn. And you can see almost 17 seconds is the gap from the top to down to third. Excuse me. So look at that, I told you, through Sector 1, Jumping Cool is quicker, Sector 2, Neo Hungry is quicker. I think Sector 3, Jumping Cool and Neo Hungry are about level pecking. As Jumping Cool is going to cross the line and lead us onto the final lap of this Grand Prix. And this is one more lap to the end of the championship. In the turn 1, Jumping Cool has the lead and maintains the lead. Neo Hungry a little bit earlier on the power, but not early enough, as Emerald Diggy's coming for another pit stop. Weirdly enough, you'd think 1 lap to go, just stay out on those softs, but he's already pitted once in this race, so why? That's not a great strategy decision by Red Bull, but it could end up working. They could come out ahead of Landon Canoka. Landon Canoka also come into the pits. Is Sebastian Vettel has stayed out. So some chaos in the pits right now, as Neo Hungry within DRS of Jumping Cool. I don't think he's going to be close enough, because Mombi Cool moves up in P5 thanks to Landon Canoka pits up. Nate Cousinot also pits as well. And even Nicholas Latifi up in P6 now ahead of Landon Canoka. That was not a great pit strategy by the Lotus team, as Jumping Cool only has a handful more corners before he becomes world champion. He knows he's done everything he has to do. He could spin at least twice, get back going, and still finish in P2 in this race. He's already started to do some celebrations. You can see he's weaving on the track already. Just some slight weaving, doing the celebrations. It could be risky to do it now, though. He's got Neo Hungry right alongside him. But Jumping Cool wins the US Grand Prix and is champion of Formula Horizons, and he gets set to the pits because that's what it does to me for some reason. Well, this is an interesting battle. Nicholas Latifi trying to get ahead of Landon Canoka. Still some lap to go, as Emerald Diggy is just now coming through turns 16 through 18, I believe. Yes, 16 through 18, and now down to turn 19 where Emerald Diggy is. He's going to cross the line in P3, but this battle is going to be close between Nicholas Latifi and Landon Canoka. It's going to be a season best result for Latifi, no matter where he finishes. As Sebastian Vettel comes into the pits on the final lap, I think he's going to cross the line just enough in P4. Yes, he is. And Mombicool's coming in as well. Is Landon Canoka going to come in? Landon Canoka's not coming in, of course. Nicholas Latifi's coming in, so a lot of people, for some reason, stopping on the final lap. I guess I have no idea what my guess is. So, we're going to actually see what the final standings were after this, because all these pit stops is kind of messing everything up. But what a great race it has been this afternoon, as Nate Cousinot is going to stay out across the line. But here is the final results. John B. Cool wins by about 0.2 of a second from Neo Hungary. Emerald Diggy 3rd. Sebastian Vettel in P4 for Force India. Mombi Cool 5th for Haas. Landon Canoka 6th for Lotus. Latifi 7th for Williams. Out in the Alien 8th for Sauber. Nick Cousinot in 9th for Haas. And Luis, I don't know, a lap down in 10th for McLaren. That is the final standings, and I don't remember if I put in the championship standings or not. I don't think I did, but that means John McCool is going to be the world champion for this season. I did put in the standings. Let's go. Is champion by, what's that, 24 points at the top from Neo Hungary, so he was relatively safe. But I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.